The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And of course, the one day when I have to update the Twitch app in my XSplit streaming software, it actually boots right up after, instead of having to go through all the tokens and certificates and all that. So we won't start for a couple minutes, but my name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 24th day of February, 2022. We're on the verge of a snowstorm here. We're supposed to get 8 inches in Burlington tonight and tomorrow, or overnight and tomorrow morning. So no stream tomorrow. I've got some other stuff I have to attend to. I am fine, but there's some personal business I must attend to, and so we will pick up our Friday stream on Monday night. Plus, we'll have something special for you on tape over the weekend, as I'm about to sneeze. Isn't that nice? So we'll have something for you over the weekend, and we'll go with whatever I was supposed to do tomorrow. I think it's supposed to be St. Louis and Cincinnati. That game instead will be Monday night at 7:30 Eastern, or maybe 8. We'll see. Right here on Retro Sports Network. Anyway, so on to today. It's the Cubs again. The Cubs are in the top 3 in the National League in all 3 important categories: trust, fidelity, and love. No, batting, pitching, and fielding. And so their 26-17 record is not a fluke. The Astros, on the other hand, are in second place in the National League West behind the Dodgers, who seem to be making some hay in that division. But they're home, and they have Joe Niekro on the mound. He will face Scott Sanderson, and so the Astros are right where they want to be, home. And, of course, they're about a year away from having that fantastic season. The seeds are in place right now, and so that's the setup for you as we cross over to noon. It's the Cubs and the Astros on Friday, the last day of May 31st, 1985. As Retro Sports Networks presents Major League Replay 1985, today from the Harris County Dome Stadium in Houston, Texas. It's the Houston Astros and the Chicago Cubs, and today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so let's, for the next hour or so, take you away from be the Calgon for the rest of our troubles. Joe Niekro gets the nod for the Astros today. He is 3-5 with an ERA of 3.75. He's Phil Niekro's younger brother. He's 41, the knuckleball, ground ball pitcher at 82. And he doesn't look half as old as big brother Phil. His last outing was at Wrigley Field, as a matter of fact. A loss in a 5-2 Cubs win. So 7 innings the last time out, 135 pitches. In fact, he has not thrown less than 102 in any start this year. 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He gave up 2 homers, because you never know what way the knuckler is going to curve. He walked 2 and struck out 7. So overall for Niekro, 74 to third innings, 71 hits, 37 runs, 31 earned, 10 homers, 17 walks, and 45 strikeouts. And as we said, 3-5 with an ERA of 3.75. This will be the lineup that he will face. Bob Dernier in center field is leading off. Ryan Sandberg at second will bat second. Davey Lopes in left field. Really? He will hit third. Keith Moreland cleans up in right. Ron Say will bat fifth at third base. Leon Durham moves down to sixth. He'll play first. Jody Davis behind the plate bats seventh. Larry Boa at short will go eighth. And Scott Sanderson will bat ninth and pitch. Jose Cruz is in left field for the Astros, a 6 and a 7 on defense. Jerry Mumphrey is a 3 and a 5 in center field. Terry Poole is a 3 and a 6. Phil Garner is a 4 at third. Craig Reynolds is a 6 at short.
Billy Duran is a 6 at second. Denny Walling is a 5 at first. Alan Ashby gets the call behind the plate. He's a 7 and a 7. And Joe Niekro, a 7 on the mound with a 980 fielding percentage. Dernier steps in with a 10-game hitting streak, 276. No homers, 11 RBI. Cubs playing game 44. The Astros are playing game 46 as we close out the month of May. And Niekro will start this with a fly ball to right center field. Mumphrey coming in, and there is one out. Brings up Ryan Sandberg. Rhino at 302, 3 homers, and 21 RBI. Niekro deals. Sandberg hits a ground ball up the middle. Doran throws over to first from the bag, and there is 2 out. And now bring up Davey Lopes. Davey at 247, a homer, and 6 RBI. Davey would play a utility role for a lot of teams in the 80s. And this time around, he drops one down. Ashby throws the Doran covering, and the bunt doesn't work. So 2-4 on the putout. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Cubbies. Here come the Astros. And so it's Scott Sanderson, who's only going to be around until injuries take him out in the middle of August. He is making his 9th start of the replay. He is 3-2 with a 3.15 ERA. His last start came against Houston at Wrigley Field 6 days ago in a win. So last Thursday, 6 will be Saturday. I know my calendar. That 5-2 win, he went 6 2/3 through 119 pitches, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 2 homers, so there must have been 2 solo shots. He walked 2 and struck out 5. He was injured in a start against the Reds at Wrigley on the 20th. Overall, 54 1/3 innings, 56 hits, 19 runs all earned, 9 homers on the year. He has walked 8 and struck out 39. And as we said, 3-2 with a 3.15 ERA. 29 years old, a fastball pitcher at 88. And a fly ball plus pitcher. Here's the Astros lineup. Billy Doran leads off at second base. Terry Poole at right will bat second. Denny Walling at first will bat third. Jose Cruz cleans up in left field. Jerry Mumphrey in center will bat fifth. Phil Garner at third will go sixth. Alan Ashby behind the plate goes 7th. Craig Reynolds bats 8th at short, and Joe Niekro, who threw 11 pitches in his half of the first, will bat 9th. Davey Lopes is not a great left fielder. He is a 2 and a 2. Bob Dernier is a 7 and a 3 in center. Keith Moreland a 2 and an 8 in right. The infield for the Cubs, Ron Say a 4 at third. Larry Boa a 5 at short. Ryan Sandberg a 5 at second. It seems underrated to me, but that's his range, not his fielding percentage as a 5. Leon Durham a 6 at first. Jody Davis a 6 and a 7 behind the plate. And Sanderson is a 6 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. Doran at 250, 4 homers, and 19 RBI. So Sanderson starts his effort with a line drive to third. Say, is there 1 out? Brings up Poole. Terry at 255. No homers and 8 RBI. Line drive to short. Boa's there. 2 out. And now I'll bring up Denny Walling. Denny at 260, 2 homers, 11 doubles, and 13 RBI. There's a line drive right field, extra bases, Moreland to the wall. Walling will have 2 of these. The question is, does he get 3? Durham should have had to play. Walling goes into second to throw. was closer than it should. Well, no, it was a stand-up double. The chalkboard made it look closer, and Walling has his 12th double of the year. A 2-out base hit for Jose Cruz at 293, 5 homers, and 21 RBI. Pitch to Cruz. Popped up. Davis takes off the mask, goes to the screen, and that is out of play. So 1-2 the count. Sanderson deals, Walling goes, and Cruz strikes out a 1-2 curve outside on the black. And that will retire the side. Astros get a hit, leave a man on. After 1, no score. So Moreland, Say, and Durham to face Niekro. Moreland at 327, 4 homers, and 36 RBI. Line drive to short. Reynolds wraps that one up. 1 out. Brings up Ron Say, 309, 11 homers, and 29 RBI. Popped up, right side. Poole coming in, Dorn going out. Billy will make the grab in the outfield, 2 out. And now brings up Leon Durham. Leon at 260, 2 homers, and 22 RBI. Durham into right, Poole coming in, and that will retire the side. So the Cubs go in order again. The younger Mr. Niekro pitching quite well. 6 up, 6 down, bottom 2, no score. So Mumphrey, Garner, and Ashby to face Sanderson. Jerry at 268, 5 homers, and 20 RBI. Pitch to Mumphrey. In the center field, Dernier coming in, 1 out. Brings up Garner. Phil at 255. He is not Jennifer's father. 7 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, and 17 RBI. Sanderson winds and deals. And there's a base hit. That's going to be extra bases. Moreland goes in the corner to pick it up. Garner's going to get at least 2. Moreland fishes it out. Garner's digging for third. The throw is going to be close, but I think Garner is going to get there. Yes, that's his 4th triple of the year. And for Garner, he now has a 10-game hitting streak. So the Astros have a runner on third and 1 out for Alan Ashby. At 221, 5 homers and 12 RBI. Ashby, ground ball to second. That will score the run. Sandberg throws to first, and it's 1-0 Houston. So 2 out for Craig Reynolds at 292. 3 triples, a homer, and 8 RBI. Some baseball at the Superdome. You know, I know Gardner's being a silly goose, but they actually did baseball games at the Superdome. Pitch to Reynolds. There's a fly ball deep right field, but Moreland will track that one down to retire the side. But the Astros get a run on a hit and no errors. We go to the third on a Thursday afternoon. 1-0 Houston. Jody Davis, Larry Boa, and Scott Sanderson here in the third. Davis at 254, sitting on a 10-game hitting streak. 7 homers and 20 RBI. Niekro deals, and there's a fly ball to left. Cruz, 1 out. They designed the Superdome actually with baseball kind of in mind. The seats on what would be the near sideline were able to, from what you would see on television for the Saints games, were able to be moved and they could get a diamond configuration in the Superdome, I can't imagine the sightlines were very good. That place is definitely built for football and for basketball. The New Orleans Jazz played there. But what, 231, no homers and 3 RBI. I think they played baseball there as late as a couple years ago. The Rangers, I think, did some exhibition games there. And, of course, they've done the same with the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Dave is scratching his head because the joke he made kind of backfired on him. Pitch to Boa. Drops one down foul, third base side. 0-2 the count. Popped up. Right side. Doran. 2 out. Brings up Scott Sanderson. Scott 1 for 17 on the year. An 0.59 batting average, and he struck out 9 times. 2 out here in the top of the third. 1-0 Houston. Sanderson lines 1 to second, and that will take care of the side. 9 up, 9 down. How about that? 2.5 in the books. 1-0 Astros. So it'll be Niekro, Doran, and Poole to face Sanderson. Dave, by the way, if you're not subscribed to Dave Gardner videos, you should be. It's where all the podcasts get part. Had on the Replay Gamer last night, and they chatted for a couple hours. Joe's a good hitter, 269. Has struck out 4 times and scored 4 times. Here's a ground ball to Boa. Has to come in and play it. Niekro doesn't have much speed, and there's 1 out. So opening 9 for Sanderson. 34 pitches, 2 1/3, 2 hits, and a strikeout. Doran is 0 for 1. Sanderson winds and deals, and Doran draws the walk. So Doran, a nice threat to steal, although position's not that favorable. Here's Poole, he's 0 for 1. 1 out, runner on first. Bottom of the third, 1-0 Houston. Sanderson throws to first, and Doran is back. Pitch to Poole. Got him! I don't know what he was looking for, but he looked at an 0-2 fastball right down Broadway. So 2 out for Walling. Denny doubled his first time up, his 12th of the year. Sanderson again throws to first. Doran back. Another throw to first. I'm controlling Houston here. I actually just had to make sure I wasn't hitting the wrong button. So the crowd boos. This time it goes to the plate. Walling hits a base hit into right center field. Doran is going to chug past second, I would think. He's got good speed. Moreland has a good arm. Lillis will risk it. The play is at third. Doran is in there rather easily. So runners on the corners. 2 outs for Jose Cruz, who struck out his first time up. Julio Cruz, I saw the other day. I don't believe any relation, but one of the original Seattle Mariners passed away from cancer at the age of 67. Pitch to Cruz. Base hit down the line. That's extra bases. Doran will score. Walling, I'm sure, will try and score. Moreland goes to get it. Walling, is he actually going to hold it third? The throw to second. Jose's in there with a double, and Walling will score with ease. And it's 3-0 Astros. So here's Mumphrey. Jerry is 0 for 1. And Cruz has his second RBI of the ballgame, as he drove in 2 on that double. Pitch to Mumphrey. There's a fly ball, deep left field. Back goes Lopes to the track. And he will, watch that hit the wall. Cruz will score. Mumphrey is in the second standing, and the Astros have opened up on Sanderson. So here's Garner. He tripled and scored his first time up. Mumphrey on second. 4-0 Houston. Pitch to Garner. That's into left center. Dernier has good speed. He should track that down, but he's going to run out of real estate. That will hit the wall. Mumphrey will score. Garner's got himself a double, and it's 5-0 Houston. And that'll bring up Alan Ashby, who has an RBI. He's 0 for 1. So a 5 spot on the board for the Astros, 4 of them coming here in the third inning. And he walks Ashby. So it's all come undone for Sanderson. And if you remember from our game the other day, that Chicago pen is pretty beat up. So Sanderson just needs to tighten up some bootstraps and try to get out of it. Here's Reynolds. He's 0 for 1. Sanderson from the stretch. Line drive to Durham, and Leon has it to end the inning. But the Astros open up a can of Lone Star. 4 runs on 4 hits and no errors. We go to the fourth. It's 5-0 Houston. So Dernier leading off here in the fourth. Niekro, 32 pitches and 3 hits, and that's all you need to know. Into right. Poole in the corner. 1 out. Sandberg. Everyone in this lineup is 0 for 1, so. In the second verse, same as the first, and that is 2 out. Niekro's curve, or Niekro's knuckler, is bending and shaking so much you'd think you could take it out on Dancing with the Stars. It's doing exactly what Joe wants to do with it. And that's why Joe Niekro highly recommends Emery brand Emery boards. When you need to file down a baseball to do what you want it to do, leave it to Emery. Here's Lopes. Ground ball to Doran. Over to Walling. And Lopes is running and again away from Walling. The throw yanked him off the bag, and that is the first base runner for the Cubs. So that should have been an out. That's a routine play, and Doran just with a bad throw. Throw to first, and Davey, and that gets away. Or not. It doesn't. There's no second error there. So they pitch out, and Lopes not going. Lopes stays put. I'm surprised he didn't run there. Popped up left or third base side. Garner makes the catch. So again, no runs, no hits in the air does not hurt the Astros. The Cubs finally leave a runner on, but through 3.5, 5-0 Houston. And as Joe Niekro steps to the plate, let's go through some standings for you on this last day of May, 1985. The Dodgers have a 4.5 game lead on the Astros. Houston has lost 7 of 10. And then pretty much everyone else is kind of bunched up. The Reds showing some sign of life. St. Louis has a 3.5 game lead on the Cubs. The Phillies are just awful. In the American League West, well, Kansas City by 5 over California. And in the East, Toronto lost their last game. Detroit and Boston, 4.5. The Yankees have moved up to 4th. They've won 3 straight and have won 6 of 10. So Niekro is 0 for 1. Pitch from Sanderson. There's a ground ball to short. Boa across the way. 1 out. So the Cubs would like to have Sanderson go as deep as he can. And they're already trail, however, 5-0. Here's Doran, speaking of doing well. He walked and scored his last time up. Sanderson, 3 1/3 innings for his opening 18. 73 pitches, 6 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2. He walked him. Brings up Terry Poole. Terry is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Doran not running here. Third walk from Sanderson. Pitch to Poole. Gets away from Davis. And Doran will go to second on the wild pitch. Davis won't even throw it. In fact, Doran will go to third. How about that? So that really got away from Davis, and Jody kind of misplayed it off the backstop. So the Cubs, they look rather untidy today. Doran on third. Base hit, right center field. Doran scores, and Poole has his 8th double of the year. Hi, Tribe fan, how are you? Wonder if there will be an RSN game where a position player pitches sans Ohtani. I think in Action PC, you have to have pitched in real life to do so. I think that's how it works. Here's Walling, 2 for 2. In Strat, you can pitch anybody. God help you. What that pitching card would look like. Walling is singled, doubled, and scored. I'm not sure that's the case. In fact, I don't think that's the case in Action PC. Pitch to Walling. There's a ground ball, base hit, right side. Poole will round third, I would imagine. Nope, he's going to hold. And it's first and third, 1 out. The position player pitching card is in the back of the rule book. Yeah, so you can do it in Strat. And of course, in more recent years, it's more common. The hilarious YouTube video of Anthony Rizzo trying to pitch to Freddie Freeman and striking him out, right? Cruz 1 for 2, a double, has driven in 2. 6-0 Houston here in the 4th with this one. He walked him, and I think now I got to get Sanderson. Well, who we got? They have no lefties. I suppose they could go with Ray Fontenot, although switchy righty switchy. Steve Trout doesn't go for a week, but he was not used out of the pen. And so we'll bring in Ray Fontenot. Fontenot has made 2 starts, 5 appearances, 28 years old. Fastball pitcher, 86, and a standard pitcher. Last outing was a start against these. Actually, it would be his day to pitch, wouldn't it? 5 days ago against the Astros at Wrigley, a 7-5 win, which he did not get a decision in. 6 innings, 108 pitches. 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 2 homers, he walked 5 and struck out 3. 15 1/3 innings, pitched, 16 hits, 9 runs, all earned. 4 homers, 6 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So trying to silence the Astros here in the bottom of the 4th. Mumphrey 1 for 2, a double, an RBI, and a run scored. Bases loaded, line drive to Boa, and Larry snags it. So 2 out. For Garner, Phil has doubled and tripled, driven in a run and scored, 2 for 2. Runners go, line drive to Sandberg, and Fontenot leaves them loaded. How about that, huh? Astros get a run on 2 hits, no errors. They have left on 6 overall. We go to the 5th. It's 6-0 Houston. Here's Say, he's 0 for 1. Ron flies this one to deep left field. Back goes Cruz to the track, and the Cubs are on the board. So there goes the no-hitter and the shutout, and it's 6-1 Houston. You getting snow today, Trot fan? Or is this one of these southern storms? Here's Durham. Leon 0 for 1. Line drive to Doran for the out. So 1 out here in the 5th. Here's Davis. Jody, 10-game hitting streak, 0 for 1. Into left field. Back goes Cruz. Way back. And that is off the wall. Davis is going to have a double. Freezing rain, too. So you working from home or what? That's not good. Here's Boa. Larry is 0 for 1. Pitch from Necro. There's a ground ball to first. Walling takes it to the bag himself for the out. Davis moves to third. 2 out, 6-1. Here's Fontenot. Let's see what the Cubs do with him. He threw 4 pitches, but he got the bases loaded jam solved without giving up anything. If the computer leaves him in, he's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. He leaves him in, and Fontenot strikes out. Halfway home, the Cubs get the solo shot from Say. 2 hits and no errors. Bottom of the 5th, 6-1. For Tribe fan, that's before I go to the ad. I'll be home, knock on wood, before all the rain starts. And it's up to the manager if tomorrow is fully suspended, 2 hours suspended, or not suspended at all. All right, if you joined us late, here's how he got here. Phil Garner tripled in the 2nd, now has a 10-game hitting streak. Alan Ashby hit a grounder to score Garner, 1-0 Houston. In the 3rd, the Astros batted around. Jose Cruz a 2-run double to make it 3-0. Mumphrey doubled home Cruz to make it 4-0. And then Garner doubled home Mumphrey to make it 5-0. In the 4th, Houston sent 7 to the plate but left the bases loaded. Terry Pools doubled home Bill Doran to make it 6-0, and then Ray Fontenot slammed the door with the bases loaded, as I said. In the 5th, Ron Say is 12th of the year down the line and left to make it 6-1. Excuse me. And then Jody Davis doubled and now has an 11-game hitting streak. So Scott Sanderson roughed up 3 1/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Joe Necro was thrown in 2-hitter through 5. And so Fontenot in for some long relief to face Ashby, Reynolds, and Necro here in the bottom of the fifth. Allen has an RBI and a walk. He's 0 for 1. In the center field, Dernier makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Reynolds. He's 0 for 2. I imagine they're calling for about 8 inches here tomorrow. And for a lot of schools in Vermont, actually, there's no schools in Vermont right now. They are on a long holiday week. So, drive accordingly, Vermont. Pitch to Reynolds. Craig slaps out one to short. Boa snares it. Off his shoe tops, 2 out. That brings up Necro, who's 0 for 2. Pitch to Joe. Ground ball to Boa. He'll throw to first, and that will retire the side, so maybe. So Ray Fontenot has retired 5 of everyone so far. And the Cubs needed that. We go to the 6th, 6-1 Houston. So Dernier, Sandbergs, and Lopes. Dernier on a 10-game hitting streak. Opening 18 for Necro. 75 pitches, 5 innings. 2 hits, the home run to Say, and a strikeout. Pitch to Bob. There's a ground ball to third. Garner, long throw. Will get him. 1 out for Sandberg. Rhino's 0 for 2. From the wind. Base hit, right center field. Mumphrey will cut it off, but Sandberg was thinking 2 all the way and has his 9th double of the year. Brings up Davy Lopes. Davy's 0 for 2. Ashby and Necro have a few words. Here comes the pitch. There's a little flare out in the left center. Mumphrey will cut it off. Sandberg will round third and will try and score. Mumphrey has an average arm and it's safe. So Lopes moves up to second. So a cloud of dust and a safe. So 6-2 Houston now with 1 out in the 6th. For Keith Moreland, who's 0 for 2. Necro delivers. Gets away from Ashby, and Lopes will go to third. So the wild pitch, the knuckler, spun over everybody. In fact, it hit the home plate umpire on the shoulder. And even at 62 miles an hour, that's going to hurt. Here's Moreland, he's 0 for 2. Lopes on third. Line drive to Necro, and Davey scampers back to third, 2 out. Brings up Ron Say. He homered his last time up in the 5th. His 12th of the year. Now he's driven in 30. He walked him. So the 3-1 knuckler missed low and away, and that'll bring up Durham, who's 0 for 2. So the Cubs, trailing by 4, have a runner on first and third. Lopes leads off the bag. Durham strikes out. Necro got him on a swing and a miss. And that'll do it. Cubs get a run on 2 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 6-2 Houston. So Fontenot has retired all 5 men he's faced. Billy Doran has walked twice and scored twice. Fontenot starts the 6th with a base hit up the middle. Past Sandberg. No stream tomorrow. Here's Poole. Terry 1 for 3. A double, a strikeout, and an RBI. 9th hit for the Astros. Throw to first, Doran back. Ground ball to Boa. Larry Sandberg for 1. Over to first, and they turn it. So 6-4-3. And Fontenot, as we said, who's pitching on his regular rest, has turned into the life of Riley out of the pen. How you doing, Mr. Howard? Walling is 3 for 3. Denny has singled twice, doubled, and scored. In the left center. Dernier makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors. We go to the 7th here in Houston. 6-2 Astros. Be Davis, Boa, and Fontenot's spot. Fontenot is showing the world how middle relief should work. Jody has an 11-game hitting streak. He's 1 for 2 with a double. Ground ball to Doran. Billy reaches in the hole, throws to first for the out. So 1 out for Boa, who is 0 for 2. Be with you on YouTube over the weekend and then Monday night for St. Louis and Cincinnati. From St. Louis, pitch to Boa. Ground ball to third. Garner over to Walling for the out. 2 out. Let's see what they do with Fontenot. Ray struck out his first time up. They will pinch hit. Mr. Bosley coming in. Thad at 311, no homers, and 4 RBI, hitting 190 as a pinch hitter. In the right, but that will hook. And Poole will make the catch in foul territory. How about that? Larry Sorensen, who was the Cubs pitcher the other day, coming in. Stretch time 6-2. So Larry, just seems like yesterday he pitched, but it was really 2 days ago. Last pitched against the Reds in their loss on the 29th. 2 innings, 15 pitches, a hit and a strikeout. So overall, 30 years old, a fastball pitcher, 84, and a flyball pitcher. And the Astrodome is where flyballs go to die. 21 in the 3rd innings, 22 hits, 9 runs, all earned. 5 homers, he's walked 2 and struck out 7. 3-1 on the replay with a save and a 3.80 ERA. Cruz is 1 for 2. Jose had that big double in the 3rd. Has walked and struck out. And will greet Sorensen with a base hit into right field. He's digging for 2. The throw to Boa. Not in time. That's 8 for Jose. And the 10th hit for Houston. Here's Mumphrey. Jerry 1 for 3. A double. An RBI is 21st and a run scored. Sorensen deals. Base hit. Extra bases all the way in the corner and right. Cruz will score to make it 7-2. Mumphrey digging for a second. Will get there. Is he going to go for third? No. He rounded second, looked, and went back. So for Mumphrey, that's double number 7 on the year, and it's 7-2 Houston. Brings up Garner. Phil, 2 for 3, a double, a triple, an RBI, and a run scored. Right up the box, and that's another hit. Mumphrey rounds third. Dernier doesn't have much of an arm. Garner will hold it first. The throw to Davis is quite late. And it's 8-2. Brings up Alan Ashby, who's 0 for 2 with an RBI. So Sorensen, who quelled the fires of the Reds on Wednesday, is not doing so on Friday. Pitch to Ashby. In the left center, Dernier going back. And will have room to make the catch. Garner goes back to tag. In fact, he was so deep, Garner's going to take second. The throw to Sandberg is not in time. Dernier actually had to make almost a Willie Mays over-the-shoulder catch to get that. And Garner, with good speed, waited. Dernier was just pointed the wrong way. 1 out for Reynolds, who's 0 for 3. Line drive to third. Say made the catch. 2 out for Joe Niekro, who will bat. Up 6 runs. Garner on second. Pitch from Sorensen. Into center field. Dernier has got this one under control and will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Houston. We go to the 8th. It's 8-2 Astros. So Dernier, Sandberg, and Lopes, 27 batters deep. Niekro at 117 pitches, 7 innings, 4 hits, the home run to Say. He walked a batter and struck out 2. He starts the 8th with a fly ball to center. Mumphrey going back there, but Jerry, this is where home runs go to die. 1 out. For Sandberg, Ryan is 1 for 3. It is 9th double of the year and scored. 8-2 Stros in the 8th. Little nubber over the mound. Reynolds has to hurry. Sandberg can fly, but he won't get that far. So 2 out. And now I'll bring up Davey Lopes, who's 1 for 3. As a single and an RBI, his 7th. Ground ball to Reynolds. Again, second verse, same as the first. Lopes a bit faster, and he is out on the bang banger. And Niekro tips his cap. That should be all for Joe. A 4-hitter through 8. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 8-2 Houston. So Doran, 1 for 2. He has walked twice and scored twice. Chopper to Boa. Larry, 1 out. So here's Poole. Terry, 1 for 4. Has doubled, struck out, and driven in a run. To third. Say, across the way. 2 out. Here's Walling, 3 for 4, single twice, doubled, and scored. In the left center, Dernier will make the catch to retire the side. Pitch and change coming up, not a save situation. So they won't use Dave Smith. They will use Bill Dawley.
Hello, Dolly.
So Bill Dawley, 27 years old, a fastball pitcher at 91, standard pitcher, making his 18th appearance. Pitched twice against the Cubs at Wrigley, took the loss on the 26th. Last pitched on the 29th against the Pirates, an inning and 2/3, 34 pitches. 2 hits, a run, it was earned, a home run, so a solo shot, a walk and a strikeout. 23 innings overall, 27 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned, 4 homers, walked 14, and struck out 16. 0-1 the record, a 2.74 ERA. Here's Moreland, 0 for 3, Say and Durham to follow. Struck him out. He got him on a 2-2 curveball on the inside corner. Remember, next live stream is Monday night. Here's Say. Ron is 1 for 2. Hit that solo homer in the 5th. Off of Niekro, who's going to be the Digital Dice MVP. Line drive to short. 2 out. So a pretty easy win here for the Astros. They're 1 out away. Here's Durham. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Pitch to Durham, and there's a ground ball to first. Walling goes to the bag, and that will win the ball game. Imagine that. We're done at 12:48. And the crowd likes the fact I'm done early. How about that? 8 runs, 12 hits, an error for the Astros. They leave on 7. 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Cubs. And they leave on 4. Joe Niekro is your digital dice MVP. He goes to 4 and 5, 8 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. The home run to say he walked 1 and struck out 2. He had plus stuff and it showed, and Dolly with a clean 9th. For Scott Sanderson, it was not his best day. 3 in the 3rd innings, he falls to 3 and 3. 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 2, and not surprisingly, he had minus stuff. Ray Fontenot was the Cubs' hero, 2 2/3 of 1-hit ball, and then Sorensen scuffled through the 7th and the 8th inning. So this rest of the Friday in baseball, and then we're done with the month of May. As soon as we get some cooperation from the machine. So Houston beat Chicago 8-2. Montreal beat the Dodgers 4-3. Tim Burke goes to 6-0. Tom Niedenfuer 1-1. Vance Law with his 4th of the year, 1-for-1 with 2 RBI. Boston beat Texas 9-4. Al Nipper 3-3. Jim Mason, there ain't no good guys, there ain't no bad guys, and it's just you and him, and right now you're just not pitching all that well. Anyway, he falls to 1-5. Gedman 3-for-4 with 3 RBI and a triple. Yankees beat Seattle 8-7 and 13. Bob Shirley goes to 1-0. Salome Rojas falls to 1-2. Scott 2-for-3, his 2nd of the year and 3 RBI. Oakland beat Baltimore 5-1. Kruger 4-3. Danny Martinez is 0-8. Dave Kingman 3-for-3, hits his 12th. Doyle Alexander shuts out the Tribe 6-0. He goes to 6-4 in the year. Clark falls to 0-2. Buck Martinez, his 5th of the year, 1-for-3 with a walk. The Tigers behind Jack Morris. Strikeout 15. Morris struck out 11. Didn't give up an earned run in 8 1/3 innings and 3 hits. But it was in 11 before the Tigers pulled it out 2-1. Willie Hernandez goes to 2-1. Donnie Moore tagged with his first loss. Bergman 3-for-5. Atlanta 2, Pittsburgh 1. Rich Dedman. He didn't wear plaid, but he got the win. His first. Rick Roden wants to talk about his golf game. He's 3-6. Bruce Sutter picks up his 8th save for the Braves. Milwaukee shuts out Minnesota. Teddy Higuera goes the distance, 4-2, and strikes out 1. Pete Filson takes a loss, 1-3. White Sox beat the Royals 7-4. Dan Spillner goes to 5-2. The wife leaving for work. Bud Black falls to 7-3. Tim Hewitt 3-for-4, 2 RBI and a triple. Cardinals beat the Reds 4-3 and 11. Ken Daly 3-0. Ron Robinson, there's 2 ends in that run, falls to 0-1. Tommy Hurd 2-for-3 with a double and a stolen bases. The Cardinals steal 8. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier that Julio Cruz passed away. The original Mariner too. Mike Krukow beats the Phillies 2-1. Charlie Hudson falls to 0-4. And last but not least, it's not been a good year for the Mets. The Padres beat him 7-3. Lamar Hoyt goes to 5-5. El Cid Fernandez 2-1. Garvey is 4th of the year and drives in 3. So Monday, we'll figure out a time Monday night to play the Cardinals and the Reds, and then we'll figure out the schedule for next week. All right, enjoy, everybody. I'm Ron Zuckett. We'll talk to you the next time.